Alright, so what we're looking at here first are my Mammoth Mastodon effigies. We've got plenty of them here. You see the trunk, the ears, and what's interesting is what differentiates like regular, like modern day elephants from mammoths, besides quite a few things, is their ears. Their ears were more like pointy, all right? And if you look on some of these, like this one here, here you have your trunk, right? But look what they did right here. You see that piece of, that flake of light red paint right there? That's marking, that's showing where the ear was. Alright, and then we have other ones like that too. Other ones you can see, not a little bit harder to see on some of these. There's another one. The nose, that's more of a mastodon with a shorter nose. You can kind of see the triangle there cut out with more hair, trunk. This is the very first one I ever found at Fishing Creek. Imagine it's for digging something. Now, what's interesting also is not only do we have the mammoth effigies, and we'll get to the training manual here in a second, but we also have tools for killing mammoths. So these two are fluted clovises. One's a little smaller than the other. This one's made of sandstone, I believe, and this one's made of red jasper. And I know people are going to say, oh, that's not a fluted clovis. This is sitting in Fishing Creek for, I mean, thousands of years. So the edges are going to be dull. But if you look, I mean, it has the... That's where the stick, where the pole would have went right there. And I broke it. It's my stupidity. But you can see here the... And, you know, like I said, that was sitting in Fishing Creek. So water erosion for hundreds, thousands of years, you know, wore around the edges. The same thing with this one. It's still, you can see is, there's where the pole would have went, right in there. But from sitting in the creek for thousands of years, it's dull. Now this right here is this right here is my buddy. So this right here, I brought this rock home because it just had a weird shape to it. And then once I cleaned it up and rinsed it out and realized what I was showing, it's crazy. So to train an elephant, you need 3 people. You know, you need one on top, giving the rider on top, giving the commands. And then you need 2 on the bottom. One would be holding a sharp implement in order to place pressure onto certain pressure points, like behind the leg or behind the ear up here, okay? So you have one guy here standing holding a sharp implement. And then to prevent the, to walk the animal in the direction you want it to go, as well as to prevent it from rearing up and throwing the passenger off, you have this guy here. And anybody that has a dog, a big dog, knows how much easier it is to walk them with a harness than it is with a collar. And you can see the way this wraps around the front and the back legs there. All right, so you look up on the screen here. This is how they tie up a baby elephant. See that? See that? And then this elephant here, this is an old painting. See, that gentleman is on the back. See the way it wraps around the front and the back? Just like that. Right there, right around the front, right around the back. And the driver sits right there. And you can see this guy here, he's obviously somebody very important for 2 reasons. One, these guys down here are just done in red. The red ochre, made of hematite. This guy's red, his body's red and white. Also, he's wearing a headgear, a headdress called a willawana. And a willawana is a headdress with antlers on each side. And you can see this gentleman here is reaching out and grabbing the mane of the mammoth, giving it a command, you know, like whatever command is given. And then these guys down here, he applies the pressure. So I just want to show you. These are like in more recent times what they would use to train elephants. But if you look like, yeah, like that hook right there. If you took that hook off the front, you'd be dealing with the same thing. Same thing. So this is right here. It's an instruction manual on how to properly train your mammoth. And you know, this would have been, obviously it would have been, you know, that's a big elephant. That's a big creature. But what's interesting is the ropes. You can see up there the ropes they're using are just regular ropes. Back in the day, they didn't have like chains or anything, so they would have made their rope out of hemp. And what's interesting is where I found this was near Danville, and about 10, 15 miles up the river from there is a town called Wapwallopin, and Wapwallopin means where the white hemp grows. They would have made the ropes out of hemp like that. It's kind of hard to ignore the evidence when, like, you have all this stuff. Like, one by itself is, you know, a coincidence, but when you have all these artifacts that are artifacts, and I mean, I'll just give you some examples here. Let's see. Here we go. So these would have been shaped and smoothed using the peck and grind method. All right, and the point of the grinding part was to smooth out as much as possible, but there would always be some little chisel marks left over from time to time. See them there? It's just something that cannot be helped. You know, it's part of the process. This rock here is a little bit more. Let's see, we still have some. There we go. Chisel marks. If you look here, this guy's body was chiseled out right there. See it there? Right there. Now these are all different types of tools, you know. Again, that's my Mastodon collection.